John Heelan owns Ripple Swim School in Rhode Island. He was on track to have his best year ever when the state shut down and the $2 million in revenue he was looking forward to absolutely evaporated. John, thank you for phoning in tonight. So tell us what's going on with your business right now and how, if at all, are you able to keep it afloat?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Sarah. We're not. We closed March 13th. We followed suit with the local school system. So when the governor announced schools were closed, we decided to close as well. It wasn't mandatory at that point. It just felt like the right thing to do for safety of the staff and the students. So, yeah, we went dark as of the 13th. We've been closed ever since.
Michelle, what would you tell businesses that bring in no revenue, like John's, that have to close down, about how to preserve capital to be able to open up when things do start to open?
Look, John, I really feel for you. Like, this is an extremely tough place to have been in a, close contact activity. You can't teach someone how to swim very well over Zoom. I mean, maybe you could a little bit. And so I think, really going back, very admirable of what we just saw the previous landlord do to see if there's any relief that you can get there. And then I think even at this really tough time, looking at what you could do that's innovative. I mean, every parent has their kids at home. They're probably driving them crazy. And if there's any programming that you could offer that's, sort of fitness related for kids, I think parents might be willing to pay for that right now. I don't know what you think.
Sure. Yeah, we're, it's been an interesting few weeks as we kind of figure out, I guess, the short term, how long will we be closed? And then the longer term, what does life look like after this? So we were fortunate in the sense that we had planned on a pretty extensive renovation at our first location, which has been open about 5 years now. Ironically enough, I got the building permits to do the work the day we had to close. But we had a pretty big war chest saved up for that renovation. So obviously the renovation is going to get bumped out. The war chest, I feel pretty confident will get us through however long we need to be closed and more than likely any kind of slow business that may happen once we do kind of reopen. So we're lucky in that sense. And we've gone out, PPP program, we've gotten idle loan program we've applied for. So, yeah, it's interesting trying to, like you said, figure out what's the solution for a close contact business and what could be a no close contact environment going forward. But we're looking at different ways to kind of re-engineer the business, whether it's safety equipment, capacity, spacing kids out in different ways, kind of structuring the lessons in a different way. So we're looking at a few things.
Yeah, what I've noticed when companies have had distress like this, and nothing like what you're having, which is zero revenue, the most common mistake that business owners make is, you went into business and business owners are optimistic. And that optimism is usually your friend. But when times are tough, it's your enemy. And people don't cut their costs enough, and they don't plan for the worst case scenario. So I would just say, guard against that optimism that made you want to be an entrepreneur and open up a business. That may be your enemy right now because things could be tough for quite a few months. And I'm sorry to say that.
Yeah, I take some flack from my wife, but I always hope for the best, but plan for the worst. So it really is a matter of right now. Like I said, the savings, we have a pretty decent runway, so I feel good about that. And, trying to figure out what the other side of this looks like. But, we kind of came out swinging immediately once we closed in terms of ratcheting down expenses, loan deferments. Our bank, we work with Webster Bank. They've been great working with us on stuff like that. Plus, the idle loan, the triple P loan that came through. So all things considered, I feel pretty good right now with everything that's going on. And, some of the other small business owners I speak to, some are feeling better than others. But all things considered, I'm feeling pretty good, which is kind of new as of this week. But that's kind of where we're at.
Get to the other side.
Oh, that's good to hear, John. Yep. Thank you very much for joining us. Best of luck to you.